Martin Hilti spent 3 years after the war, stamping out egg cups and cigarette lighters. That factory is now a $6 billion construction technology empire. The distance between those two things is one of the most unlikely stories in the history of industry. In 1941, two brothers opened a mechanical workshop in a garage in the town of Schaan, in the Principality of Liechtenstein. Martin Hilti was 26 years old. His brother Eugen was 30. They started with 5 employees, and they won contracts to produce gear wheels and machined components for the German automotive industry. Martin edited a Nazi-sympathizing newspaper during the war. He volunteered for Waffen-SS training. Those connections to Nazi Germany helped win production contracts, and the company grew to over 100 employees producing components for the German war machine. At the end of his life, Martin acknowledged having served what he called an inhuman regime. The history is documented. It does not disappear because the company became successful. May 8, 1945. Germany surrenders. The contracts vanish overnight. The post-war economy offers nothing for a garage in a country with 12,000 people. Hilti survives by making whatever civilian products it can sell: egg cup molds, cigarette lighters, pencil sharpeners, a water-powered kitchen mixer called the Elo. The humiliation is productive. The machines keep running. The workforce stays employed. Martin Hilti keeps looking for the product that will define what comes next. In the late 1940s, he finds it. He acquires a patent for a piston-driven nail fastener. The device uses a small explosive charge to drive a steel pin directly into concrete or steel without pre-drilling. One trigger pull, one fastener set. No drill required, no anchor, no adhesive. Before this technology, attaching anything to concrete required drilling a hole, inserting an anchor, and threading a bolt. 3 operations, 3 tools, several minutes per fastener. This replaces all of that with a single trigger pull. In 1952, Hilti launches its first construction product. In 1957, Hilti introduces the DX100, the world's first fully automatic powder actuated fastening tool. Faster, more reliable, and more precise than anything that exists. It sets the standard for an entire product category that had not existed a decade earlier. From egg cup molds to the DX100 in less than 10 years. The DX100 creates a problem. Martin Hilti has been thinking about since the early 1950s. The problem is not the tool. The tool is excellent. The problem is how to sell it. A powder-actuated fastener requires demonstration. A contractor who has never seen one does not know he needs one. A distributor who stocks it next to hammers does not know how to explain what it does. A hardware store shelf cannot demonstrate a trigger pull into concrete. In the late 1950s, Hilti makes the decision that separates it from every other tool company in the world. It builds its own direct sales force. No distributors, no retailers, no wholesalers. Hilti employees wearing Hilti shirts, driving Hilti vehicles, visit construction sites, and sell directly to the professionals who use the tools. The salesperson does not arrive with a price list. He arrives with a problem he has already identified. He fires the DX100 into the contractor's actual concrete and then hands it over. The demonstration is the sale. The sale is the demonstration. He does not leave a catalog. He leaves a relationship. He returns the following week. He asks what is not working. He observes the job site. He notices the crew struggling with a competitor's rotary hammer in dusty conditions. He brings a Hilti dust extraction system next time. He is not trying to sell products. He is trying to solve problems. The sale is a consequence of the problem being solved, not the purpose of the visit. The model is expensive. Every salesperson needs a salary, a vehicle, training, and a territory. The overhead is enormous compared to shipping pallets of tools to a Home Depot distribution center. But the model generates something distribution cannot: information. Every salesperson who visits a job site returns with intelligence: what contractors are struggling with, which fasteners fail in which substrates, where the bottlenecks are. The salesforce is a research network disguised as a distribution channel. The information flows from the job site to the factory, to the engineering team, and back to the job site in the form of new products designed to solve the exact problems the salespeople observed last quarter. By the early 1960s, Hilti is active in 30 countries: Canada in 1961, Greece and Japan in 1963, Mexico in 1964, Chile, Ecuador, and Spain in 1965. Each market is entered not through a distributor, but through a subsidiary, staffed by Hilti employees who sell Hilti products exclusively. The customer relationship belongs to Hilti. Eugen Hilti dies in 1964 at 53. Martin assumes full control. In 1967, Hilti introduces the TE-17. It is the first electro-pneumatic rotary hammer drill. Previous hammer drills transmit vibration directly to the operator. The electro-pneumatic mechanism uses compressed air to deliver the hammer blow, absorbing the vibration before it reaches the operator's hands. A worker who drills 200 holes per day into concrete feels the difference in his wrists, his elbows, his shoulders. Prolonged vibration causes hand-arm vibration syndrome and permanent nerve damage. The TE-17 reduces the exposure. This is not a marketing claim. It is a health feature built by engineers who had been told by salespeople what was happening to the workers using the tools. The TE-17 ships in Hilti's first distinctive red toolbox. The red box becomes as recognizable on a commercial construction site as the tool inside it. In 1979, Martin Hilti placed all shares of the company into the Martin Hilti Family Trust. The trust ensures the company cannot be sold, cannot be taken over, cannot be broken apart. It also preserves the company's independence and control. The timing matters. Private equity firms were about to start acquiring and flipping industrial companies at a pace that would hollow out manufacturing across the Western world. Milwaukee was sold to Amstar, then to Merrill Lynch, then to Atlas Copco, then to TTI. Porter Cable changed hands repeatedly. Craftsman was ripped from Sears for $900 million. Brand after brand was acquired, optimized, and resold. No financial buyer can acquire what is not for sale. No activist shareholder can force a sale during a downturn. No board pressured by quarterly earnings can strip the engineering budget and move manufacturing to the cheapest country available. The trust does not merely protect Hilti from acquisition, it protects Hilti from the short-term thinking that acquisition enables. In 2000, Hilti introduced fleet management. Instead of selling tools, Hilti leases them. The contractor pays a fixed monthly fee. If a tool breaks, Hilti repairs it. If a tool is stolen, Hilti replaces it. If a battery degrades, Hilti swaps it. The contractor never owns the tool, never pays for a repair, and never budgets for replacement. One number per month. The tools are always there, always working, always current. Harvard Business School published a case study on the model. Customer loyalty under fleet management is 5 times higher than under traditional sales. The model works because it aligns Hilti's incentives with the contractor's incentives. Hilti makes more money when the tools last longer because longer-lasting tools reduce Hilti's repair and replacement costs inside the fixed-fee contract. Every other tool manufacturer profits when the tool breaks because a broken tool generates a replacement sale. Hilti profits when the tool survives. The fleet model makes durability profitable. Martin Hilti died on August 19, 1997, in Schaan. He was 82 years old. His son Michael took over, and the trust remained. Today, Hilti employs 34,000 people in more than 120 countries. Annual revenue exceeds 6 billion Swiss francs. The company has had 5 chief executives in 84 years. The trust holds every registered share. While Black & Decker became a subsidiary of Stanley Works, while Craftsman was sold for $900 million, while DeWalt changed ownership 3 times, while Milwaukee was acquired by a Hong Kong conglomerate, while Porter Cable was discontinued by the company that bought it, Hilti remained Hilti. Same town, same principality, same trust, same red toolbox. Martin and Eugen Hilti started with a garage and a contract for gear wheels. They survived by making egg cups and cigarette lighters and kitchen mixers just to keep the lights on. Martin found a patent nobody else had bothered to develop. He built the DX100. He built a direct sales force that visits job sites instead of stocking shelves. He locked the company in a trust that cannot be undone. He spent the rest of his life making the tools better because the salespeople kept telling him what was wrong with them. The company that started with egg cups generates $6 billion a year. The tools are still red. The salespeople still show up at the job site. The trust still holds. And you still cannot buy a Hilti at Home Depot.